on. G'day everybody and welcome to another full-scale fishing adventures episode. Today we are going on an adventure. So the four-wheel drive's ready, the boat is packed, and I'm going to go up and explore a new section of river that I've never fished before and try and catch a big cod. And I'm basically going to drive up there, see if the water's a good quality, and if it's clear enough, we're going to put the boat in, we're going to go cast big lures, and we'll see if we can't catch a big cod in a spot we've never been before. Let's do it. Okay, here we go. So I've got my Confidence lure, which is a big white spinnerbait with that white mag swim trailer, which is a really hardy trailer to use. I've got the absolute workhorse, which is the Komodo swim bait rod. It's an 8-foot rod designed for casting big baits, so it makes the whole job easier. This reel has just been an absolute powerhouse, and it has not broken for the last over a season, which is quite unusual for me because I'm pretty good at breaking stuff. And that is loaded with 50-pound bionic braid, Aussie made bionic. It's got a little bit of stretch in it, and it is just the absolute ticket for casting for natives on, like, for situations such as this. So it's got a really nice stretch of timber ahead. Everything looks good, the water looks good, but I've never fished here before, so let's just see if we can make it happen. You cannot tell me, with the water the way that it is, and these good logs, that if I keep casting this at them, one isn't going to smash it. It just looks and feels so good. And I really love a spinnerbait for this scenario, simply because you can fish all the water depths, and particularly with this one, it's got a big profile. It makes quite a bit of noise down there, rattling around, and you can fish it super slow, so you can just do that nice, steady, slow roll once it's got to the bottom. And like any spinnerbait, you've got just as much chance of it getting snaffled on the way down as you have on the retrieve. So make sure you sink it with a slightly tight line, just so you can be into them when they grab it. It's not the most amazing bit of timber, but there's a few nice logs, especially this one. So it's always worth a cast. That is the first run of timber done with not even a sniff, but finding my rhythm again now. I tell you what, it is slightly warm, so we're going to cruise up and see what the next bend or up further holds and find some more good looking logs to cast. All right, another section of timber done, no baits. And it's a bit of a gamble because it's that time of night. I should be selecting a run of timber for the morning, and that run was quite good that I just did then, but I'm going to gamble, go up further See if I can't find another run of timber to finish off today, and then have a good spot to start in the morning, because in the morning when it's prime time, I want to make sure that I can have my surface lure swimming as often as possible past snags, for my best chance for that like low light to you know, early sun up period. So I'm gonna go cruising up. Well, it is beautifully quiet. It's about 6:30 in the afternoon or evening, so it is time to jack around a surface lure. It's just what has to happen. Such a beautiful way to finish the day, and I don't know, I reckon you got just as much chance of one coming out and smashing this as you have a standard lure. And it's a really nice way to fish. Well, that is last cast for the day. I'm going to go down and set up on the sandbar, have a fire, cook some dinner, and get ready for the morning. Tomorrow is another day, and you know, something always happens. Well, it is an absolutely stunning morning on the Murray. Gonna make a quick coffee, and then we are going surface luring while it's low light. Not quite sure how much time I should put into surface luring, because I really want to catch one, and I could probably catch one on a spinnerbait or a big diver, but I do like a top water blow up, so I'm gonna start surface luring. Okay, here's the deal. The river has dropped, and out of all the things that can happen when you're cod fishing, that is probably one of the worst, because in the Murray, the fish do not like a dropping river. So although we had all the right ingredients for a good session in this particular stretch, I'm gonna have to bail, and I hate bailing at this time of the morning because it's the perfect time of morning. But yeah, I might have said it when I pushed the boat off this morning. I noticed it was a lot harder to push off the bank. So the river has dropped overnight, and it probably explains why it was a tough bite yesterday. So I'm going to burn and get to a new area in a different lock. It's not that far away. So I'm just going to make the decision and do it, get into some fresh water, and you know, that just puts that little bit, just makes it easier. You can't fish a dropping lock, so that's what we're going to do. Okay, we've made it. There's few things that I hate more in life than driving when it's prime time, but also fishing a dropping lock. So we've eliminated both those pieces, and now we can get back to casting. Well, found my rhythm. I'm loving the white spinnerbait. I'm loving the logs. Everything's good. Now I just need to grind away until I create an opportunity. It's got to be a nice fish under one of these logs that wants to eat. There's a Super cool goanna. It's cruising up the bank here. Oh my God, I caught a fish. A lonely little yellow. It's not that bad. Well, I've cast all afternoon yesterday and all of today. Hey, and there is a very lonely yellow. So, fire's on, watching the news, cooking dinner, which is burgers again, same as last night, but I did not get a bite at all today, but that happens. So tomorrow I'm going downriver where I've just fished this evening, and I'm going to cast surface lures and spinnerbaits till about lunchtime, and then after that I'm going to shoot downstream to a lock that I know, because I've got a day and a half before I have to be home. So I'm going to give that, I'll get 2 good sessions in some different water. So that's the plan. Okay, we have moved spot again. We are slightly further downstream, 2 days without a cod bite, and I'm going slightly insane. Exploring is like that. Sometimes it pays off. A lot of the time it does for me actually, because then you have the water to yourself. This time it didn't. I've come back downstream. I'm in a place that I know. Hopefully we can go and try and redeem ourselves by catching a cod before the trip is over. Alright, so the plan here is just like everywhere else. I'm going to cast at all the good looking stuff, but sort of got a bit of an advantage because I know this area reasonably well. I haven't been here for quite a few years, but I know there's lots of different bits and pieces that hold fish. So I'm just going to work through, use the same lures and just try and cover as much of that good water as I can. Oh, and how good's that? Just absolutely walloped it right in the rocks. I knew there was going to be one in there. Looked like such a good spot. And that's just such a classic thing when you come to a new area and people ask all the time, where do you catch your cod? And it really, nice fish, beautiful fish. It really doesn't matter as long as you have good cover, good water clarity, and a confidence lure such as a big twin spin, something's going to happen. That's awesome. Absolutely made the mission. Just that fish. That is so cool. Oh, get a grab on him. Got him. Now, because we're in South Australian waters, you're not allowed to remove these fish from the water. So we're just going to get a look at him. He'd be, Yeah, probably mid-60s, almost 70. Beautiful fish. And look at this, like he has engulfed. Look at that trailer all the way down his gob. And that's such a, you know, good reason to have a big profile trailer, because these fish love a good meal. So we're not going to lift this one out of the water. Just take one last look at him. Beautiful fish. And off he goes. Oh, just got absolutely nailed in there. Oh. That sucks. Well, I reckon that's 2 bites in as many snags, because that, yeah, it was the last snag right at the end of the day. Oof, that was such a good bite. Right in there. Whether it would come back or not, probably not. Ah, 100% that was a cod. It's that single amazing whack. Oh my god, that sucks so much. That was such a good bite. Probably should have chucked the dino in there. Such a good bite. Oh, I can't believe that. Well, I think that is the afternoon done. What a beautiful time on the river. I'm going to find somewhere to roll the swag out, cook some dinner, and get ready for the morning. How awesome is the Murray? Well, that is it. We are home again. We've done lots of miles. We've done heaps and heaps of casting, and we got there in the end with a nice fish. And you know, that is quite often how cod trips will go. It's not always just smashing big meateries, and I wish it was, but we had a great adventure. We saw lots of cool things, and we got to spend some time on the river, which is most important. If you'd like more cod videos on the channel, make sure you leave a comment and like the video to let me know. Also, if you haven't yet, subscribe to the channel because it helps the channel grow a lot. I'd like to thank you all for watching. I think it's time for a sit down and a bit of a chill, maybe a shower and some relaxing. I think catch you next time.